Welcome back to Homeschool Life. I'm Paula, and I'm a writer, and I'm a homeschool mom. And one of the things that I love about homeschooling is the community. And so that's what we're here for, is to provide a place for you where you can learn and grow and share and encourage each other. So be sure to leave a comment and ask any questions that you might have. And please share your experiences with others as well. And take a second to subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all of our new content. So today we're going to talk about why homeschool. And I'm going to give you 5 main reasons with a lot of little subtopics in there as well. Now, first of all, I want to give you a disclaimer. I am not against public and private schools. I have family and friends who use that. I'm a product of a public school, and I have family and friends who are teachers. And so what it boils down to is we are all trying to do what is best for our own children and their education. And we should really love on each other and support and encourage each other in that. So there are many, many reasons, and I've had to narrow it down, but there are many reasons why people homeschool. And maybe you're just trying to decide whether you want to homeschool or not, or maybe this would be a good video to share with somebody who doesn't understand or they're not being very supportive. So there could be a big range of reasons, okay? It could be that you're having to move often. And so that could be because one of you is in the military, or like in our case, my husband has been a contract worker. And so we have moved from city to city and state to state and kept homeschooling all along, not having to disrupt our children's education. Maybe there is bullying going on, or the pandemic. Maybe you don't agree with your school's agenda or the way that they are teaching your kids. Or maybe you are caring for a family member who has a chronic illness or terminal illness, and especially if they don't live where you do, you're able to have your kids with you and you're able to care for that family member as well as keep up on their education. Or perhaps your child has started an early career. They're into acting or modeling or a musician, and they're traveling often, and so you can't be taking them out of school for a few days here, a few weeks there without them getting behind. So that's just a broad range of reasons, and there are many more, but here are the 5 main. Okay, let's start with number 1. You get to keep your kids at home. So you get to spend more time with them. You get to spend time together because there is less time to school when it's more of a shorter one-on-one ratio, teacher to student. So then that allows you extra time every day to allow them to play and be children, to work on hobbies, to volunteer and do other things. You and your children really get to know each other. All right, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the great. They get to grow up under your care and your influence. All right, so you get to be the primary influence for their character development. So they gain confidence in themselves, and they grow in their capabilities and their strengths and their maturity. You will develop your homeschool lifestyle for your family, all right, with tailored learning environment and resources and flexible schedule. And so therefore you will get to live and learn together. You'll do life together, the ups and the downs and the very special times. All right, number 2, you get to customize their education so it is a lot more efficient for each of your children. All right, from gifted to slower learners, you get to teach them at their own pace and know that they are really, truly learning. All right, you get to teach to their learning styles. So whether they're visual or they are kinesthetic or they're audio, whether you've got an independent learner that just wants to take off and go, or you've got that child who really just needs somebody nearby, an older sibling or yourself, you can do that. You get to meet your inclusive learning special needs child's immediate needs. You get to choose what academics you want them to learn and not learn, and when. You can choose faith-based curriculum if you want, or you don't have to. You can guide them and allow them to pursue their passions, which often turn into their future careers. You can use real life applications. For instance, you're teaching fractions in math, And then that afternoon, you go into the kitchen together and you teach them how to follow a recipe and how to do those measurements, a half cup here and 3/4 teaspoon there. And then afterwards, you get to enjoy the treat together. And homeschoolers tend to excel in and actually graduate from college. All right, so let's go to number 3, socialization. There's a lot of opportunities for socialization. All right, you get to provide that positive environment where they can grow and they can thrive, that they get comfortable with all ages, including adults. They can serve in the community for socialization. You can join co-ops and assistance programs and gather with other families. So maybe it's just a couple or maybe it's more, and you get together just for socializing and hanging out. Or you get together to actually study a subject together, go on a field trip. You can enroll in classes in your area. So those STEAM classes, science, drama, music, art, and then they have their performances, more socialization. All right, you can go on organized or family field trips. There is a world out there of educational opportunities. So you can go and you can check out those museums and zoos and aquariums, farms, businesses, and organizations. Number 4, lots of curriculum and support out there for you. So once you know your teaching style and your children's learning styles, you can tailor their education using whatever fits for your family. All right, so that could be classical, Charlotte Mason, traditional, eclectic, unit studies, unschooling, whatever it is. You can pick out a boxed curriculum that has every subject in it for 1 grade, or you can choose online or in-person classes, individual books, videos, or community college for your high schoolers, and then they're getting dual enrollment. They're earning high school credit as well as their college credit already. You can join homeschool co-ops, go attend homeschool conventions. If in your area they have homeschool assistance programs, online and in-support groups, and homeschool communities, and more. All right, so I want to show you some resources for you. Usually I pick out resources for you to teach your kids with, and this time I've picked out resources for you, and these are resources. Don't try to get all of these. Pick out the ones that speak to you and try them. And these are to read and glean from, okay? And you're gonna put it on that bookshelf, and then you're gonna pull it out whenever you need it. You'll remember, like, as you come across in your homeschool journey, a specific thing that you remember reading before, pull it back out and see what it says about it. So let me show you a few here. All right, we're gonna start with Homeschool Bravely. This is how to squash doubt, trust God, and teach your child with confidence. The Way They Learn. The Brave Learner. Finding Everyday Magic, Homeschool Learning in Life. The Everything Guide to Homeschool. What Your Child Needs to Know When. And Teaching from Rest. Now, some specifics for specific things. I've picked out Teach Them Diligently. These are all great resources. This one teaches you how to incorporate Christian faith into your homeschool. Wild and Free is for unschooling, relaxed schooling, and they have an online support as well as they have a lot of groups throughout the entire, not just the United States, but the world as well. For Charlotte Mason, you could choose the Charlotte Mason Companion or Mother Culture. For classical, I grabbed classical Christian education made approachable. And for those special learners, here is School Success for Kids with Dyslexia and Other Reading Difficulties. and success strategies for teaching kids with autism. So, as you can see, all of these books would not apply to every single person. And so that leads me to number 5, which is homeschooling is flexible. You get to have the freedom to do what you want and what needs to be done for your family. All right? You don't want to compare with other families. You just want to figure out what's best for your family. So you're going to research, you're going to try something, and you're going to focus on your kids and your family and what works for you. It takes dedication and effort, and it is a refining journey. It is rewarding and it is challenging, and everything in between. Change when you need to. Be consistent when you can. So when people ask me, why homeschool? I say, why not? Check out Mardel.com for more information. We have products, and you can read our blog articles. There is an array of homeschool, so that I try to touch on a lot of different things to help you out. Check out our Mardel YouTube and Facebook channels as well for our Homeschool Life videos. And you can shop in our stores, and there you can actually pick up the curriculum and you can look through it, and so you can touch it and feel it. Take your child with you and have them sit next to you and have them look as well. I know of parents who have done that and discovered that their child didn't like all that color in that workbook, but they liked another one that was black and white. So let them help you in the selection as well. Just make sure that you are looking at the homeschool curriculum and not a supplemental workbook. I hope that this was helpful and inspires and encourages you. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and enjoy your homeschool life.